Hello and welcome. My name is Tom.
And I'm Heather.
And you're sitting at the Couples Table.
The Couples Table is a live stream podcast here on this channel. Join us for better or worse.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
Every Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. As I also then check the audio.
Ooh, Tom is going to check the audio. And if you guys can't tell, actually, I think I'm going to move this. So we just put this curtain up right before the stream. So that now we have a really wide shot. This is the widest shot that you've seen in this room.
Yeah.
You can, we're almost at the door. And then, I've only shown, up to here, I think. So, also, Tom had an extra one of these.
Yeah.
And now we match.
Which is cool because they don't make this one anymore. The same one I have. The company's still around, but they don't make this pattern anymore.
Oh, they're going to bring it back. They have to bring it back.
I don't know. They haven't. So I bought two of them after I bought mine. I liked it. I bought another one. This has been in there for a year and a half now. What's it?
Let's see the squiggle right here.
Oh, the squiggle. Sorry.
All right, let me move this. There. Let's clean it up a bit, Gadoosh.
Check the frame, yo.
Looks great. Hello, everybody. All right, PBW Media. Hey, Heather and Tom. Sorry, we'll be able to catch you live again. I want to ask, Gene, Potato Jet has a tripod with small rig. When does the Rode Mixmeister by Tom Buck get released?
April 1st.
Simply Obs is here. Hey, y'all. I'm excited to see and hear y'all. Julie Gayhart is here. Excited to catch us live. Tom, your NAB changed my life video was fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much. That video was fun to make.
Privy My says hi. Hey. Be your own nerd. Happy Friday, Tom, Heather, and everyone. Coach Constance in the house. Hello. Heather, give Tom a big hug for me, and then Tom, give a big hug to you. Both are awesome.
Okay. This is that one, and then this is the other one. There you go.
Happy Flirty Friday. It looks fantastic. Awesome.
Bless you.
Well, we survived. We're back.
I know. And thrived.
But man, what a wild week it's been.
Yeah. Oh boy. I thought I was going to be
been to places.
Functional. It was amazing, though.
I only feel normal today. It was so tiring. It was exhausting. And just it was all great. It was just a lot. So much.
We're talking about NAB. We weren't here. We went to NAB, National Associated Broadcasting Convention in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And I got poofy hair. And we were there from Saturday through Tuesday, and that was a lot. Let's try that. That's so pretty now. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Now you can see the pattern more now.
Oh, okay.
So it's the PlayStation button thing. So anyway, that's what we did, and we hung out with some amazing people, saw some amazing stuff, had some amazing conversations, and not a ton of sleep. So.
Yes, and if you haven't, because I just have to tell everybody about this, babe. I hope you don't mind.
Sure.
But Tom did do a video on NAB. So if you want the recap.
I did the video the day after we came back. First thing in the morning.
I was in bed.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. That's why my voice, at the beginning of the video, I don't have a voice barely.
Yeah.
Because everybody, by the end of NAB, literally everybody you talk to,
could not talk anymore.
Everyone was just hoarse.
Yeah. But, all right, so what did we think about it?
It's fine.
It was awesome.
It's whatevs. No, it was amazing.
It was awesome. It was so cool.
Yeah, it's something I've wanted to go to forever, and I can't,
if you're in the space, the audio, video, media, broadcast space, and that's what your YouTube channel is about, you should definitely go. For sure.
Yeah, even if it's not what your channel's about, but you want to know more about the tools and things and people in that world, it's worth it. I was looking up yesterday, the oldest NAB video I could find on YouTube was from 1988, which I didn't realize. I knew it's been around for a while. I didn't realize it's been that long, and someone had their old camcorder and vlogged it. And it looks very different, but it also doesn't look different at all. So it's kind of cool that it's been there for that long, and it I guess it's a testament to the importance of broadcast and audio video communication and the whole deal.
Yeah. Call Me Cubby's in the house. Hey.
Hello, hello.
Ob says that was a fantastic video.
Thank you.
It was great. The Rio Pel room is here. Hey, y'all.
I was trying to tell Aubrey that we were saying very nice things about her. Because one of the things that we noticed at NAB, especially like our little core group that we kind of spent most of the time with, Heather kind of like used the analogy of, I don't know if it's like a wireless phone charger, you know, like there's certain people that when you're next to them, you just feel like you're being charged in a good way.
Like your soul.
Yeah, like your batteries are being charged.
Yeah.
And there's other people, obviously, fortunately, not the ones we encountered at NAB, but there's other people who feel the opposite.
Drain
They
your
drain
batteries.
your batteries.
Yeah.
And it's kind of amazing when you can be around a bunch of people that charge your battery. And Aubrey came up as an example of
We
someone.
always talk about you.
Even though we've not yet even met in person.
We haven't even met in person.
100% though, Aubrey's somebody who...
Well, yeah, we'd feel charged.
Yeah.
You'd charge us up. But it was great because at NAB we got to meet so many people who get it, who just get it, who get what we do, who are doing it too, who've had to figure out the same things that we're, hitting our heads against the wall.
Yeah.
They're doing it, done it, and it was cool because the passion, like we see each other all the time, and it's so great to see other people just as passionate about the thing that they're making content about and what their YouTube channel is about. And just like, how many times do we pull out a camera? It just feels weird. There, it's like everyone's going. Like
weird not
we're
to.
the ones who are like, oh crap, we should be recording this.
Yeah.
And it was definitely like one of those, oh, these are my people.
Yeah.
These are the people who get it. And it was just, it's a nice reminder, and I think also for me, it was really cool to see brands excited to meet the content creators.
Yeah.
Like it's just cool because it's not, I don't know. I know people can say like, oh, you're just a sellout or whatever, but we were there. We saw the genuine enthusiasm for these people who make the products that we use and to see all the different ways that we use it. And then that gives them ideas for future development of products. And it was such a like inspiring space.
Because that's something I said in the video I made was it's easy to fake enthusiasm for a little bit. Like you can set up a booth and one person walks up and you're like, oh yeah, check this out. It's the best thing ever. And you can, anyone can kind of do that for a little while. But for an extended period of time, especially in like such a chaotic, just being in there is exhausting.
It's a tiring environment, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to be on, you have to interact with people, you have to tell them the stuff, communicate about the things. Like the people we all interacted with at the end of, days into it are still going strong. Even if they're losing their voices, it's still like you ask them a question about what about the thing? They're like, oh, hang on a second, let me go get the thing and show you whatever. And it's like
so cool.
You can't fake that.
Yeah.
Even if they happen to be wearing a shirt from a brand they're working at, like there's, you kind of find like there's a reason that they want to work with that brand or for that brand. And that was cool.
Homesick Mac, hey everyone, I'm playing some guitar back up to the CT, practicing for the festival gig tomorrow. Awesome.
Nice. Thanks for the sound bed.
We all need those Energizer bunnies. Cat is here. Hey.
Damn, I'm getting all yawny again.
Ew.
I don't know why.
I think this is like your brain goes into nap time.
I don't know what I haven't yawned all day. I haven't yawned anything. It's as soon as 1 p.m. Friday hits, I'm just like, well, time to check out. Good thing we don't have anything happening, except that we do.
We got to spend a lot of time with Kat. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
I told Tom, I was like, I don't know when the next creator thing is, but we're going. We're going.
Well, the good news is NAB is a reliable one.
Yeah.
So that's something that can just be built into the calendar every year. Yeah. I think it should be. And then there's, all the other things. There's the eCam ones. We've even been talking about potentially investigating Vid Summit for ourselves, which is one sort of the opposite. NAB I've wanted to go to. Vid Summit's the one I'm like, not really for me. But
I'm curious.
I think it might be worth doing just to make because there's a lot of still really interesting, awesome people there. And I would like to form my own opinion about it and not work off an assumption.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. Let's see. Working booths at trade show can be a bear. Oh my gosh. I can't even. I was tired and I wasn't working.
Yeah.
Like everyone else was over there, and just you have to say the same thing over and over, and just it's, oh man, just walking around was exhausting. And I didn't even have gear. He had 9 microphones and a camera, and I don't even.
I had like
God, I needed like a hoverboard. You
I
know,
had so many microphones in my backpack that it made it so heavy.
Gil is here. Level up with Mike. Hey everyone, Earthworks Ethos. Love using that mic.
I'm making this my default couples table mic unless I want to try something else out, because it's the easiest one to incorporate into this setup the most seamlessly.
Yeah, so it was awesome. It was great. I had 0 expectations, and yeah, I'm so glad we went.
Oh my God, yeah, I was so sad when it was over.
I know, you're sad. It's cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to feel sad about. It's not like, okay, well, geez, maybe we could leave early, you know, like that kind of thing.
Oh, no, yeah, didn't feel that at all. I'm really looking to see how much I can sell one of my kidneys to be able to go next year. Bark and I were pity texting each other all week as we watched all your videos from NAB.
Oh, well, I mean, you guys were there in spirit because we were saying good things.
Yeah, I feel like everyone was mentioned. Like, even if you weren't there, like, I don't know, it felt like everyone was there.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend going.
It's crazy too, as I've been like watching other people's videos pop up and stuff. There's so many people who were there that I didn't even know we totally missed. It's like, oh, it would have been great to see them. Or
oh, I know.
I had just no idea.
I was checking my Instagram and all these people, they were like posting at booths that I was standing in. I was like, how did I not run into you?
Yeah, and then people are posting from booths. So I was like, where was this? Like we walked the whole thing, and I was like, I never saw this. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. It's very large. It's hard to get the whole, you know, to really see everything it has to offer.
Julie says, when you find your people, it's awesome.
1,000%. And that's, I mean, from immediately that was it. And it's funny, I don't think he's in the chat right now, but Bronson from Audio Hotline was kind of like, prior to this, it just so happened the 3 of us were staying in the same hotel. And so I was like, oh yeah, you know, like, you're welcome to, you know, hang out with us as much or as little of the time that you want. I didn't know what he had planned or anything, but he's like, oh yeah, sure, that'd be great. And then as we were like in the taxi going to the hotel, I was thinking, wait, this is someone I haven't met in real life. What if
he always thinks
I just like ruin our trip by inviting someone it's not going to, you know, whatever, all the things. Obviously it's not the case, but then literally, yeah, as soon as we like meet instantly, everything is like, it's like, I swear, so many people I couldn't believe we had never met before in person.
Seriously. Or that I only see.
It's like we've done this before a
year.
bunch. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the fun part about YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
it feels like we hang out all the time.
Yeah. And it's very rewarding when you see, you know, like by far pretty much everybody is, when you meet them, you're like,
exactly
you're the person.
Same.
The difference is maybe height. Like a lot
Doc
of people
is
are taller.
Exactly the same. We met Doc before, but it's just like, it's weird hearing his voice like not in headphones.
Yeah, that's always a weird thing.
Like,
like, this isn't my AirPods sound so good right now. And it's funny too when you're with a lot of people who have YouTube channels and you ask them to explain anything, it turns into your own personal YouTube video, because you could be like, oh, like, you know, what's your backpack? Oh, well, my backpack has this strap on here, but if you see right here, the strap will do the thing with the button, and it's like, you just like can't help it, which is really funny.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
Let's all go to Ecamm Creator Camp.
Oh, that would be a fun one.
DJ Ware's here. Hey, y'all.
Get a direct flight from Palm Springs to the tiny town in Massachusetts.
Yeah. We'll see about that one.
I want to do that one. I just don't want to do like multiple. Our connecting flight situation is rough.
I know. We haven't had a good track record when it comes to connecting flights. Something always happens. I think every time something has happened.
It's bad.
Yeah.
So that's why Vegas is a direct 30-minute flight.
Yeah.
And even that, like, worst case scenario, like if a flight gets canceled, it's a 5-hour drive. So it's like, okay, you're kind of, you know, you're sort of good to go.
Well.
So
for me, it was life-changing, NAB. And
okay.
I had no idea.
We've talked about my stuff enough.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get into
you haven't. Yeah. That's why I'm like, okay, I don't know what you want to share. Yesterday on the Huddle Up, someone was like, what's Heather cooking up?
Yeah. So here's what happened. I had 0 expectations, and then we went to a talk that was like,
it was life-changing.
It was life-changing. And it led me to come to a conclusion that I wouldn't have been able to come up with without that talk, but I had all the pieces and it kind of made everything click. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. So I think if you are watching the Couples Table, you probably know I like talking about the creator economy stuff. I did a whole like podcast about from 1 to 100, which focused on creators who don't have large audiences but can run whole businesses. I had a whole thesis about the passion economy, and so I have like a new one, and I'm very excited about it. But I don't want to say anything until I have the video that kind of presents the idea in its full form, version 1, because obviously it'll evolve. But I'm excited about it. And Tom obviously has just lost sleep because I've been like, what about this? What do you think about this? And like this. What do you think? Just overall.
It's like whatevs. Well, you know what I think, and we haven't explained what the idea is, so it's a little hard to go into it.
I'm going to try to put the video out this weekend. I'm still writing it. I'm hoping to record tomorrow.
I think it's essentially something you would have wanted to do 8 years ago when you started your channel, but didn't have the experience or the insights that you could only get by doing it for 8 years.
This, right.
Yeah. And so it's like, you were like ready, but it's just needed the more time. And now the more time has happened, and the talk, I mean, I'll just say it was so bad. We don't very rarely negatively say negative things about anything. This was like rough. And to the point where I had to leave. I
started crying. I forgot.
Maybe not the best review.
I cried. Well, okay.
She cried. I left.
No, I didn't cry at the thing. I think I would have, but Kat talked me off the ledge. But we got to the Vegas airport, and I was.
Oh yeah, you were crying in the airport.
I was explaining like why this talk was so offensive to me. Which, by the way, I'll just tell you what the talk was. It was called "The State of the Creator Economy," which is why I wanted to go, because out of all the things one thing that
Heather
NAB
said. I had a whole list of like, we need to do this. She was like, "There's just one talk at 11 a.m. I just want to do that." And I was like, "Great, yeah, that sounds awesome."
I was so upset by it. It was so upsetting, and I was trying to figure out why am I so upset to my core. I figured it out. I freaking figured it out. And I figured out like why and what I would have liked to see and what I'm going to do about it moving forward, which will be in the video.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it. I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited because I can say that like I feel this way, but I've been running everything by Tom and he feels this way too. And there's the validation of like everyone we hung out with at NAB, all the people I've talked to during my 8 years of doing YouTube. I feel like this would resonate with them.
Right.
I think it would make sense.
It's a very specific group or audience.
So it's different when I'm like, Heather thinks this, but it's like, no, I think, I don't know. We're just dancing around. Just wait for the video. I'm trying to get it out as soon as possible. I'm like writing like a madman here with my pen and pencil.
Look at Kat. Oh, the talk. I complained about the feedback form.
You did? Oh my gosh. I should ask you what you thought. I know what you thought, but anyway.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because everything else was so great, and even that day was great. Like before and after, all this great stuff is happening. Like, cool, amazing. Let's go to this other thing. What is happening? Okay, back to amazing stuff.
Well, here's the one thing I'll say, because basically it was the state of the creator economy. They started the talk by asking the audience, is anyone here a full-time creator? And I will shout this from the mountains. Hell yeah, I'm a full-time creator. I have purple hair, I have a hat, I raised my hand super loud and proud, and I made sure to make eye contact with all of them. So they knew that, like, not only we were there, I was there.
I raised my hand, but I didn't do the eye contact.
I was like, yes, I am. Okay. Thing. And then they proceeded to talk about stuff that was completely irrelevant for 40 minutes.
Yeah, irrelevant and I don't know what you would call it.
Discrediting, disrespectful.
Discrediting. That's a good way. That's a good one.
I wrote that.
Yeah.
That's in my video.
It's a good way. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the one thing that I would, we should put this in the feedback form. But if I were NAB, I can't believe you wouldn't start with the content creators of your space. Like, they're already there. If you want to know what the state of the creator economy is, ask the content creators of the audio, video, media, broadcast that are right there. They're right there. I can't believe it's bizarre. Sorry.
It's baby steps.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was scary. It was also scary because it's like, this is our job. And at one point, someone said the term creator middle, not class, but they said creator middle something. Like, maybe it was creator middle class. Do you remember this? So I think someone said it, like a very, right. You maybe left. But then I don't want to misquote, but the implication from my understanding was that, because the creator middle class was the one thing I resonated with, and then it was like, oh, that's just a phase. It'll fade out. And I was like, wow, so you're basically telling me that we're out of a job, which, like, I get the reality of the fickleness that is YouTube, but I don't think that. I don't believe that at all. And if anything, from what I saw from observing, from standing next to you the entirety of NAB, you're going to be fine.
Good.
We're going to be fine for a long time, which is why anyway. We should just end this talk because we're not actually talking about the thing, and I don't want to not include you guys. So just stay tuned for the video, and then we can talk about it next week.
She's got a whole script happening somewhere.
I got a whole thing, but yeah. The one thing that I will say is that if you're a content creator, it's exciting. This is an exciting time, even if you think that it's too late or it's saturated or whatever. I definitely feel like, first of all, what was that male to female ratio?
10-1.
I think it was more, like 20-1. Maybe. Oftentimes I was the only female in the room.
Yeah.
So that, but I feel like there's plenty of room even if you start today. Like, even if you're just getting started. And I think for a lot of you guys, you already have a channel, you're already doing the thing. Like, keep going. It's exciting. It's a fun space to be a part of, and it's being recognized.
Well, that's kind of something we were talking about a couple weeks ago when we were talking about, like, the quitting trend on YouTube, the I quit videos, where it's like, it's not that the platform is changing, it's that it's now been around long enough for careers to end voluntarily.
Yeah.
Not because something happened, but for people to decide, like, I am done. I am essentially retiring from this, which means, though, you need new people to come into it, right? Like, it's okay. It's just a Coachella, buddy. Sorry. There's people out there picking up other people for the big music festival. 1,000%. That's what's happening out there.
Discrediting, deflating. Mary Lou described it as hella male, hella pale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. Oh, you can see his tail.
It's okay, Ben.
But yeah, so that's why it's like, if you think of getting started, there's room because there's,
people come
it's like classes. It's like, oh, well, there's already 400 seniors in this graduating class. Sorry, we can't have any more seniors. Well, yeah, until next year when they leave, and then you need more people to come in.
I mean, it's the same thing. Like, if someone wanted to start a restaurant, you wouldn't tell them, like, don't start a restaurant because there's already this many restaurants in the world. You would ask different questions, like,
right,
where are you going to put your restaurant? Those kinds of logistics. But obviously people start restaurants all the time. That's not a reason to not do it. If you're really passionate about it, do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how it. So overall, like, as someone who likes talking about the creator economy and having a career as a content creator, I was encouraged. You censored me. Overall, I was encouraged. I was excited. I think it's there's a lot of talk about AI in terms of it being concerning, but I think that it's only going to change and improve workflows, but I don't think it's something to worry about in terms of competition. I think people.
Well, the one point that I liked that the terrible talk we went to made was, as AI continues to grow in terms of generating and creating content, the seeking out of human-made stuff will be more valuable. And they said the same way, like with a piece of furniture, handmade is a moniker of quality.
Yeah.
And, it's sort of the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, cool.
It's
That's
be
great.
Like more premium, more, yeah.
Which I'm cool with that.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
YouTube is already replacing TV as a primary form of video entertainment in homes everywhere.
Yeah. The push. I don't know if it's the push or the trend, whatever it is, but YouTube just being really widely adopted on big TVs in rooms now over the past, especially year or two.
Which is why I think talking about TikTok is irrelevant. Kathy, I was seriously considering just jumping on a plane to Vegas, but new job had me grounded. Okay, let's make a plan. NAB 2025.
Wow. That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Also,
what's up?
NAB, DJI Pocket 3.
Is that the thing that
you want to know the most popular camera around?
Actually, yeah. What were people using, Tom?
The DJI Pocket 3. I mean, by far the most popular thing. Everybody had that camera.
I was confused because I just saw everyone holding like a stick, and I didn't realize because it doesn't look like a camera; it just looks like a stick.
Kind of, yeah.
It just looks like a stick.
Yeah, well, the camera itself is like
this
big,
but bigger.
But a lot of people kind of had it on like a little handle, so then it's
but the thing at the top doesn't look like a camera. So I was like, why is everyone holding a stick? And that's a camera with a mic in it that's like pretty decent.
But like every person, pretty much.
That's what they were using to vlog, to do interviews, to even interview people at companies and booths and everything.
Yeah, and there were a lot of people I talked to who, like, it was their camera they bought, but there are others who are like, I don't know, I got my big camera in the hotel room, but, like, I'm just going to carry around this. It looks cool. And now that I've been watching the videos that people have been posting, I was like,
oh yeah, so what are your thoughts?
I think it's awesome.
Looks good, sounds good?
It looks good, and it sounds good too, because you can get it with their little wireless mic thing that pairs right to it, which is very smart. So then it's just like, that's why everyone also had a little mic on a stick, so they could go around and interview people, and then here's your camera, and it's like, it's got the face tracking. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Look good.
Homesick Mac. Pocket 3 is great. I got it.
It's insane. Like, I can't. It wasn't like 5 people had it. It was every person who was just sort of making their own little NAB video was pretty much just using that. Unless you're a weirdo like me with like my FX3 and a handle strapped to my shoulder.
I really wish you had a monopod. My shoulders were dying. So if you ever see Tom's footage where he is actually in the shot, I'm probably the one recording, and I apologize for. I started out here and it was just like.
I don't know. I didn't plan. I had my big tripod, but I was trying to like be as light as possible, and monopod would have been the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a couple people that was like, oh man.
Which is sad because the tripod I brought and left in the hotel room the whole time
has a monopod.
Can turn into a monopod. Yeah. But it was just in the hotel room the whole time.
Well, now we know.
Oops. Another thing I did learn too about my own camera is, which I didn't know, because it was handheld, I was using the FX3, I turned on the enhanced stabilization, and it has some crazy wobble, which I thought was kind of like, that was a big thing when the Canon R5, this is camera talk now, by the way. When the Canon R5 came out, it's like sensor wobble and stabilization wobble. The FX3 is not nearly that bad, but I used the enhanced stabilization pretty limited, and I had never used it this long and for, just totally like handheld, like hold the camera for 6 minutes straight and just film, people talking. It has some pretty crazy wobble, some pretty crazy stabilization wobble. Yeah, because when it's stabilizing the sensor, it's kind of moving like this, and so it creates this weird like wobbly parallax thing, which just is what it is. But it's the thing. I've had that camera for a couple of years now, and I had no idea.
Well, there you go. Was it a part of the swag bag?
Booths I think had swag bags.
It was weird because even the badge we got like wasn't laminated or anything, or didn't have like a cover, which I thought was weird for a multiple day trade show.
I'm gonna go get a thing though.
He's gonna go get a thing.
Go show and tell.
Gil's asking, what's the coolest moment you experienced at NAB? Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a compilation video of all the times that Tom got recognized and people wanted to say hi and take selfies with him, because, oh my gosh, the whole thing was like a proud wife moment for me. Because who would have never thought that something like that would happen? It was just like, that was like seriously just a proud wife moment.
That was pretty ridiculous.
Like, people cut in as he was talking to people at Shure. oh my God, you're like a celebrity. Can I take a picture with you? And I was like, I'm getting this whole thing on video.
And there were a couple times, which was, the whole thing was nuts, and I don't know how to process that, because it doesn't, believe it or not, happen normally. And there were a couple times where it would be like people kind of like waving from a distance or whatever, but there was one time where like 2 people had just passed by and like, oh, hey, like I love your channel, can I get a photo or something? I was like, yeah. And then kind of like across the booth, someone was waving.
And he waved.
And I was like waving, and then I sort of like leaned out of the way, and they kind of leaned with me, you know, like usually you think they're waving to someone behind you, lean out of the way so they can see that person. They leaned with me, and I waved, and I was like, oh yeah, for sure they're me. And then they were not waving at me, and everybody, there's like 5 or 6 people around, just saw the whole thing happen. And I was like, now I feel stupid, because I was like, this person recognized me, oh, obviously that you're waving at me too. No, that's not what happened.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so what about you? What's the coolest moment you experienced?
I don't think I could even pin it down to a singular one. And that was kind of, it is an overwhelming thing. So even if you're like, what's the coolest product? And you keep it really like,
there's so many.
Not life-changing, transformative. Everybody we were with mainly a group of 4 to 5 people the whole time.
Nobody honestly, like one of the coolest moments was just hanging out with everybody. Like being able to hang out with Kat for multiple hours. Yeah, not just like a one dinner, but like let's hang out and be able to just talk.
Yeah, and experience stuff together. When do we get to do that?
You make memories, like all that stuff.
Yeah, you go to a booth, you have a goofy encounter, like all that kind of stuff. It is really fun. But a moment that was really cool, which I sort of touched on in my video.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a thing I now want to make. I brought this as a joke, which is the SM7B with a mic booster and the Sennheiser wireless pack on it. Because it was for a video I was working on, but this is the kind of crap I had in my backpack.
This is what
This is not necessary. But I was like, okay, I'll do this. And I didn't realize, I thought this would be funny. I thought it'd be like when I walked up to someone, especially if they know audio, and I hold this up, they would kind of laugh. As soon as I pulled this microphone out.
I was recording. So Tom was standing in front of the Shure booth.
This was even before the Shure booth. Like everywhere, people were just like.
Offended.
Yeah, and then I was like, we should go film in front of the Shure booth.
Yeah, so they did. And I think it was you and Bronson. And I was the one recording. And literally every Shure employee was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, and
then he had to turn around and be like, I know.
I was like, this is on purpose. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I mean, I know that what I did. And the funny thing is, I mentioned this in the video that I was using, Shure mic, Sennheiser wireless pack, and they were like, oh, why aren't you using our SLXD3?
Something.
And I was like, because I don't know what that is. And they were like, oh, here, come on. They like let us borrow some of their wireless things and told us about it or whatever. Which then...
Bam.
They were just like, oh, do you just want to like hang on to that? I was like, sure.
So your Shure thing became a Shure thing.
So now I have another wireless setup. I have the Shure one.
My God, this is heavy though.
Yeah, this is it's nicely weighted. Like if you're not like in your backpack, it's actually very well balanced. There's no handling noise, and the sound quality is great. But now I got this wireless setup, which is Shure cool.
Jeremy says kind of like Jeff Dunham's jalapeno on a stick.
Yes.
Obscure Mics is here. Hey, yo.
Hey.
Rocking the NAB show tee.
Speak of the devil. Yeah. This was the thing that happened repeatedly too, is you would say anybody's name 3 times and then they would just show up.
It just appeared. It was so crazy. Gil, please make that video. I will. We're talking about the compilation of you.
Oh, did you actually film stuff?
Yes.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah, I just have to make it. But sorry, priorities. I gotta make my video first.
No,
I can't make anything else.
Tom's ego video is the one.
But it was what I tried to get was like a shot of someone taking a picture of you. Like obviously it wouldn't make sense. It was just like I wanted them to actually like the selfie thing. So anyway, we'll see what it comes out to. It was fun to watch Tom get recognized. That was super
very
fun.
weird. Kat got recognized though too.
Yeah.
She's downplaying herself a lot. Especially Elgato or Corsair were just like,
boom.
No. Wait,
yeah.
Were they the ones that recognized Kat?
Well, there was the source with an R.
There was another company that was very, very excited to see Kat.
Yeah, I can't remember what they are.
But
yeah.
No, I kind of don't think Corsair did. And the only reason
it wasn't until the other lady.
Oh, the other lady
was like, dude, you're on the freaking website.
Right, because both Kat and I are on the Elgato website for the prompter. And the guy walked up to me and was like, "You heard about the prompter?" I was like,
yes, dude, I have
"That's
heard
what I
about
heard.
that.
It's pretty cool."
It's literally leading the discussion on YouTube right now.
It did
I mean,
win
it's
product
it's
of the
fine.
year.
It's not, obviously, but yes,
It's just funny.
yeah. But then the other lady who was at the booth definitely recognized Kat
Yeah.
and was asking for a picture and stuff. That was super cute. Yeah, Roland, that was it.
I didn't want to name names if they didn't want to. They were just like so excited.
Well, Jeremy says that your post-show video brought tears to his eyes.
Oh, thank you.
And Kathy's, and mine's, and Tom's.
Yeah.
I played the end, like the last bit of it on the Huddle Up, and like Tom wasn't even. He joined the Huddle Up as a person on the scoreboard, and then was just crying.
I muted it in my room, and I had to but then I turned it on right at the end, so I didn't miss the discussion. I was like, dang. Yeah, I don't know. It was funny because I had wanted. I said, like, one of the things I want to do an NAB recap video, which is the most common video to make after you go to something like this. Here's what I saw. Here's what I think about it. And then halfway through the video, it just sort of turned. I was like, I'd love to talk about the people I spent time with. And then it just kind of like really went in a direction. And there's so much like raw footage that I just had to get cut out. And yeah.
I feel you, Tom. All I do in my downtime is try different ways to use stuff, not as it was intended.
That's very fun. Tinkering is quite fun.
Shouldn't you be drafting? Did I get name dropped by the dynamic duo I see before me?
You sure did.
You were mentioned several times.
Yeah, mostly good. All good. It was genuinely all good.
Yeah.
I told you that, but I promise it was true.
I went on auto pick yesterday. We have one last chance to draft and drive. Rob Fulton, that's a cool use of color on your set. Also, you two are warm and friendly. I also think that raglan pink and black is really cool. Never seen that before. Big inspiration.
Thanks. Yeah, the $12 on Amazon, but I don't think they make these anymore because I can't buy anymore. I bought like 2 of all the ones I like.
Yes, he's got. You don't have a blue. You only have purple and pink now. I think.
It's weird. The different colors, the neck fits differently. The black, the pink, and the purple are the only ones that have a neck that's not like huge, and I don't like that. But yeah, it was nice because I guess a lot of people who are in like the broadcast industry and media and stuff, they're very used to wearing black because that's when you're behind the scenes of something, you dress in black. And even YouTubers, especially in the camera space, the thing is you wear black. And then you were there in like bright things, bright hat, purple hair, and I had my pink shirt on, and I felt like it was
literally someone came up to us and was like, "I love your colors." Like,
well, it was very easy to find you in the crowd. It was nice. Like there she is. Gotcha.
Rob says, "Oh, Rob gave us a super sticker."
Oh, thank you.
That's so nice.
Thanks for sticking around.
It cannot be understated as to how important that video was for an aspiring content creator because Tom nailed it. What it's all about, finding your circle.
Yeah, YouTube really. I mean, I think I have a video that's roughly, it's almost like an earlier version of that idea. It's maybe like my 10th video.
30-day challenge.
I think it's the 3rd video in the 30-day challenge. It's called "You Belong" from 2017, September 2017. It's shorter and it's different, and actually it's just text on screen the whole video because I was like, I don't know how to make a video. But it's kind of cool that like, okay, it's almost like the thing you were talking about, like this idea from way back then, that early on, has only just sort of grown and made more sense as time went on, and now years later, even like more proof that it's important and relevant.
Well, so when I was writing my video, do you know? So. Also at NAB, I celebrated my 8-year anniversary of uploading my very first YouTube video on April 16th, 2016. So celebrating 8 years of doing YouTube. But the reason why I started my YouTube channel was to document my journey in starting a business. That business is now us together.
It's not the one you planned.
It's called Share Spark Media. But I was thinking about my mission statement because I came up with my mission statement.
To educate and empower people to utilize digital media to achieve meaningful goals?
That's just empowering people to be content creators. That's all it is.
Right.
I didn't know that.
You utilize digital media, yeah.
To achieve meaningful goals. It's still, like, I'm still doing that.
Yeah, you do it very well.
To this day.
Yeah. And how would you have felt 8 years ago when you're like, okay, I'm going to like start a YouTube account or whatever, try to like edit this video in iMovie, to then see where you literally were 8 years later Not even figuratively.
I mean,
like,
so Tom and I were doing that the whole trip because it was also
trip was a trip.
The trip was a trip because 7 years ago we had gone to Vegas for the Adobe Max conference, which we went to as friends, and Adobe had invited me to go. You got paid
going
for
through school
by school.
'Cause half my job was Adobe friggin'
Yeah.
subscription management.
But then now, like 7 years later, going as both full-time YouTube content creator, YouTube creators, business partners, husband and wife, like it's crazy.
It was pretty wild, and we stayed at the same hotel that we stayed at. That too.
We took a picture of the place where we first held hands for the first time because it's in the lobby at the link.
They should put a plaque there.
But yeah, it's just like I don't know. I think that's what I find so exciting about this space is that I don't know where we're gonna end up, but every day it's like super fun. You know, it's fun. It's cool to be able to pursue your curiosity with as much dedication as you can. And what I wish I could tell myself is like, there were so many times during my working career as an employee where I'm like, this is such a good idea. I wish we could do this. And everyone was like, nah, it's too much work. Right. Or like, why would we do that? It's going to make, you know, even though it's more effective, more efficient, more results, it's like no one wants to shake the boat. No one wants to go, like, no one wants to try very hard. And by being able to run my own YouTube channel, I can go as hard as I want. I can do whatever I want. I can literally change my studio. No one else has to, there's no red tape. Like I can pursue my ideas with all of me, and to be able to see what we're able to do as a result is like it's validating in terms of, yes, trust your freaking gut. Trust your gut and just go. Because even though I can't tell you where you're going to end up, you can't put this on a business plan. There's no thing, but it's like I feel like we're competent enough, resourceful enough, you know, smart. Like we'll figure it out and it'll all work out. And it's just nice to have the proof of, because so much of the last 8 years was me doubting myself. Now I can say, all right, you're fine. Whatever you do from now on, it's going to be awesome. So just like keep going. Because now look at this. Look at this. Like if I had not made my YouTube channel, we would not have met. This whole thing would not be happening.
Yes.
Like maybe you'll be at NAB.
It would have been very different though. It would have been part of a school thing. And I would have been looking at everyone going like, I wish I could like find a way to do this.
You would have been going up to the person like saying, oh my God, I love your channel.
I mean, I still did that, but I'll still do that. But yeah, I think you and I have talked about that a lot, that kind of stuff. But it's one thing to talk about. It's another, like you said, to see it like actually happen. Because especially as the longer we're married and stuff and just morph into the same person, just one person, it is kind of hard to know, like, I have this idea and it makes sense. Oh, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to you. Okay. But, you know, it's kind of a vacuum or an echo chamber sometimes. And to see, you know, everybody else that we talked to and spent time with and kind of got into like the nuts and bolts of what they do, it was very similar where it's like you're doing this thing. It's changing and going in directions you couldn't have ever predicted.
Right. But
you're able to navigate that because of the underlying enthusiasm and passion and the drive to do it.
Because if you weren't into it, then it'd just be so easy to sit on the couch. Yeah. Why bother? Why put it on it's so much easier to watch Netflix or whatever instead of make a thing, you know? And like, it's just nice that like so many people told me, you're going to do what? You're going to do YouTube. How do you make money? How are you going to make money? And just to know, I kind of liked that it was unpredictable. It's been a wild ride and it's like, I haven't regretted anything. And it's actually better than what I thought it was going to be. So I'm just like, it's just nice to be able to have done it, you know, to feel like I've done it.
Right.
Even though I just felt like, you know, it's unconventional. It's a little weird. No one gets it unless you're in it. And then
or you're at NAB and then 70,000 people get it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's a specific person who's like, all right, this is the space that we've got, you know. If all we can do is use the closet under the stairs, we're still gonna make it work.
Yeah.
I'm doing this in front of my apartment bedroom window because I don't have lights. Like, I'm not going to let any of that stop me. We're like, you just keep finding a way. Those people are so fun to be around. And it's that thing of like, there's other people, other resourceful, dedicated, passionate people. And I just feel so incredibly grateful to have a place where we can connect, like, with other like-minded people. You know, it's not just us. I'm just not the crazy person. I'm not crazy. You know?
Like, it's very validating in that way,
exactly.
for sure. Contextualizing, you might say.
Exactly. All right. Where are we? Did you do this one?
No. Thanks, Aaron Patrick said, or QuickBooks Chap says, thanks for your content over NAB, especially the What Gear video. I have a conference next week and feel so much better about it now.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So for my Patreon channel supporters, before NAB, I said what I was bringing, and that is everything that I brought. And I actually used all of it except the 2 extra lenses I brought. I didn't change my camera lens once. The 24 was completely unnecessary because I had my Sigma 20 to 40 or Sigma Tamron 20 to 40. And I thought I'd bring the 24 because that's my main lens and it can do super shallow depth of field. There was no need for that. And then I brought my 85 millimeter, which I did fully intend to use. I wanted to go film everything around NAB. And then what I wanted to do was put the 85 on and go get like of the really key things for a recap video that I thought was going to be a more traditional recap video. I wanted to get like B-roll, really like nice looking B-roll of stuff. And I just didn't have time. I just ran out of time to do that. So, and obviously I brought like a ridiculous amount of mics, so those most people don't need to bring, but everything else was absolutely utilized, and it was not, it was a lot to carry, but I actually survived and wasn't in a lot of pain.
Let's see. I feel like Heather was a consultant on the design team for the t-shirts. It definitely matches her studio. So let me tell you something about these t-shirts. I don't like women's cut t-shirts because the neck is like, look at this. Like, wow,
I was talking about
so
wanting
much,
like a small neck.
So much neck. Okay. And then the arm things are like so tight. But I really like.
These are the only ones with this super cool logo on it.
Yes. There were like
hoodies,
normal size shirts, or the unisex shirts, I guess. But that logo, that print, the design on it was awesome. Except it had the word capitalize on it.
Yeah, it was like create, refine, connect, capitalize, real big on the bottom. I was like, what? Nah.
No. So I wanted that one, but you know, if I had this, I had a dream that I cut this out and put it on a normal shirt.
I have a whole drawer. I don't even know if you know this. There's a whole drawer in our bedroom, like the big dresser in the bottom. That's all my old like band t-shirts.
Oh,
and
I
things.
finally got rid of them in the last purge.
What I want to do is cut out the things and make a quilt.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that though. I know. But I can't get rid of those.
Well, let me tell you, Tom, there's definitely a YouTube video on this.
There's true.
Let's see. Ob says, I will just say thank you both for helping me with so much.
No.
You help us, Obs. I mean, literally, we've talked about you every day.
Oh my God, I can't help it. I'm sorry. There's something weird.
Tom thinks you're boring.
Oh my God. Help me get to sleep. No, I'm kidding.
Definitely fits the Buck Ramirez aesthetic.
Buck Ramirez?
The Buck Ramirez. Super chat.
Well, I have my purple one and I like it, but I notice when I wear it in here, I just disappear. Cause
that's the thing with my hair. That's why you can't even tell it's purple because it's just all,
especially because it's the top that's purple, so that blends into the wall, and then this is black, which kind of blends into the couch, so it's literally just like wearing a green screen shirt. What higher?
The lamp. I think I want to make it higher.
It could look like I have a good idea.
Ga-ding.
Or I'm an angel.
Let's see. Rob, super chat.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. Is it possible to hire you or Tom for a few hours or more to help me over a Zoom with setting up cameras, content creation system, and other Miss Q&A? I'm not a course taker. Let me know.
Oh, I totally get not being a course taker.
Yeah.
I have a consultation page on my website that currently has no available dates just because calendar's a little kooky, but usually at the beginning of each month I kind of go through and look and see like what's available.
Sometimes he has a day and he's like,
it's super unpredictable. Yeah. But that's the place to do it. But it's just like, I wish there were more time to do that because they're really fun to do. And it is easy to just like, it's not in person, but it's the next best thing. Like you're having trouble with something and I can just say like, show me the other side, connect this here, put this there.
What if we did like a 1 day a month joint consultation? That we could do it together.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Like fun.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll do that.
$2,000 an hour. No.
Well, that would be fun, you know?
That would be fun.
Mark says, it's our fault that it took NAB to feel like your tribe was there for you. You don't get enough credit for all you do.
Absolutely not your fault by any means.
Yeah.
The support means the world to us. And
it was more of like, it wasn't like that it took NAB to feel it. It was more of like, because we knew it was there.
It was like proof. Like, you know, like you see comments on things and you see messages and you're like, oh, I know that those are people. I know sometimes they even send me photos of like, look, here's my setup or whatever. And it's like, this is a real person's thing.
It's just different when you meet someone face to face.
It was just times so much, you know, because it's so big and there's so many people there.
This is part of why we watch the story. View guys alone is great. Then you got the respect the community has for both of you. It's better than TV. Aw, that's so nice.
It's not TV. It's also not HBO because it's called Max now. It's Tom and Heather.
Yes, it's one thing to talk about it, another entirely to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Project Repeat will do it for you. Vets that make quilts from t-shirts.
Oh, perfect. Because I don't want to just end up ruining all my t-shirts.
Repat.
Okay, that's something I need to look into. Then.
Yeah. I would love your thoughts on the new YouTube layout with suggested vids and comments. I would too. Except I don't know what you're talking about. What is this?
Oh, I don't know suggested videos being different unless it's the For You tab on like somebody's channel. When you go to someone's channel, the first videos you see now are different for everybody.
Oh.
It's like For You.
Oh, so if I went to your channel,
like go to my channel and the top thing isn't going to be the thing I put there. See, it's For You.
Oh.
And it's So there's that. I don't know if that's
so there's this is the
that's the trailer.
You put this there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and then there's the members and then now there's a For You tab.
Yes, and then it's all the playlists or whatever that I put there. But that For You one is new. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. That's different, and look how much bigger they are too compared to
the
other ones. So there's that, and then suggested comments. I think when you're watching a video,
the vids are below the video you are watching, and the comments are on the right now.
Oh, they switched it? I didn't realize. That must have been like really new. I know what they've been doing with comments is if you don't have the comments open, especially on like maybe this is only mobile like iPad and stuff, but it flashes a new comment. You used to just put the top comment up there, but now it like changes them every little bit to like a different comment.
Wait, I don't know what this means. The vids are below the video you are watching. Oh, so they switched. Like this is now the comments. And then the videos are down here.
I need to like, oh, wait. Here, well, I don't know.
Well, that's mobile though.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it's interesting. I mean, you can tell how much of it I'm aware of. What I've seen is interesting and seems to work fine so far.
Interesting.
It's very cool to see how they're making little tweaks to things like that. And even the comments, it's pretty fun. Like, this is the random video I clicked on to test things called The Most Dialed In Man on Instagram from Danny Gonzalez. And if you top the comments, there's the top comments, there's timed comments so you can see when people left stuff. And then there's newest comments, but there's also AI topics. And it's sort of like,
oh, wow.
It groups together comments that it thinks are about the same thing. In this case, one of them is his eyebrows. And it's funny because it's like, you think, okay, you kind of felt like the comment section was done. Like it's finished. You put comments on the video and then you can like it or dislike it or reply to it or report it. I don't know what else you need. And they're finding all these little ways to like tweak things around, sort of add more into it, which is actually super interesting.
Yeah. Privemice says they don't like the new comment thing. Kat says it's smart. Julie says they switched it and hitting the thumbs up is a pain now.
Oh, is it? I just liked it whenever, I think it was last year they switched it and hitting the thumbs up.
It would be on here though. Cause
this looks the same on yours at least for now. I liked the new animations they put last year when you like subscribe or thumbs up. It's like so satisfying to click it because it has like an animation.
It's such a beautiful video.
Thanks, Gil.
Oh, this video. I thought you meant the
Danny Gonzalez video. I want to watch that video, but
Ernesto is here. Hey, Tom and Heather, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Rambuck. Team Rambuck.
I like that one too. We had to get our first game for our new hockey team that we're on together.
Yes.
Is
oh
this
my God,
upcoming
I had
Wednesday?
an existential crisis of what name to put on the back.
Yeah, Heather had to pick her name and number.
I thought about putting Buck just to like, you know,
have the coolest name out there. I get it.
Well, but I feel like it would be so confusing to everyone because, you know, that's obviously not my last name. But I was like, oh, if there is a place I could put your name, it'd be, you know, it would be here. Anyway, I didn't. It's Ramirez. I thought about it first.
It was definitely a crisis. Then you had to figure out a number and the whole thing because someone took your default number already.
Yeah, but I actually like.
Oh, I think it's great.
Yeah, I ended up using the number of my favorite player. So.
I mean, I think that's
I feel like
a
that's
very
what a lot
common
of people,
thing. Yeah, but that's cool.
Jeremy says, when did YouTube highlight the like and subscribe buttons when they were mentioned by the talking head in the video? I don't know, but I saw
is that
it.
A thing?
Yeah, like when you said, I don't know. I saw it on someone's video. They said like, and then the like button sprinkled.
Oh, I gotta just keep saying that throughout the video over and over again.
It was like, ching, ching. Just like the whole fireworks situation.
Well, we had a Zoom meeting last night with our hockey team because that's the kind of hockey team it is. And I didn't know yet about Zoom reactions. And so there were balloons and hearts and things happening all over the place. And then it kept
you could
crashing my computer.
You could just do this and then like hearts will shoot out.
Yeah, or if you give, I think it's double thumbs up or something, balloons go everywhere.
Yeah.
People were like, how did you get balloons? Like, I didn't know I had balloons. I was unaware of this.
Anyway, well, that was fun.
That was really fun. I'm really excited for you. I'm very happy we got to go to NAB together. I've always wanted to go. I'm very glad that I got to wait until this year to go. Because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I wish I would have gone sooner. I kind of don't. Because this was the perfect year to go. I'm glad we got to go together. We both got something really meaningful out of it. And I'm excited for you to share with us what you took away from it.
Yeah, me too. I'm scared. I'm like so scared though. See, it's that thing. It's so much easier to just sit on the couch and play video games. But no, I'm excited about it. I'm just, it's just typical Heather anxiety. But I would love to know everyone's thoughts. So hopefully we can talk about it on the couples table next week. And hopefully I can get the video out this weekend.
Cool.
All right.
I can't wait for it.
You can have Buck too. No, Tom. No. Stick to the puns. That might be Apple, not Zoom. No, it was on Zoom.
There was something in the menu of Zoom about reactions.
Yeah, it says recognize hand
gestures.
Hand gestures. Yeah.
That had to be it. Because then everyone kept getting. I felt bad because then it sort of derailed the other person.
Then everyone was like, we're 15-year-old students.
It was the first time though that I've had issues with we have the same computer for our streaming setups, the base model M1 Mac Mini that came out 3 or 4 years ago.
The internet.
I don't think it was the internet.
You think it was Ecamm?
I think it was because it only messed up after I started doing reactions, but I had Zoom open, Ecamm open. I was recording on Zoom.
You're also on the base Mac Mini, aren't you?
The same, but I bought that when I was teaching on Zoom, and it was fine.
Oh.
But Zoom is like so much more insane now than it was when I was teaching every day. That's why I like stuff like reactions. And every time I do a reaction, then my video would like freeze and stutter. Oh, and I had the prompter connected too, so it was like another external display. And I think that combination of stuff was finally too much for the base model Mac Mini.
You're pushing the edge there.
I think I was pushing the edge a little bit.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning into the couples table, and just like overall, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for being you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for contributing to the conversation. Thanks for doing what you do. I mean, like a lot of what we do and what we think about what we do is because of what we talk about here on the couples table.
1,000%.
Yeah, it's just we're doing this because we think it's fun, but it's so much more fun that you guys join and participate, and that we get to connect every week, so it's super fun. So thanks.
Thank you very much. With that said, it's time to clear the table.
All right. See you next week.
Have a safe, happy, healthy, fun rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.